Thank you, baby.
A little bit of supply here on the NQ at 228 and then 231. Kind of matching up as well in the 2-minute at 228 linear regression. Going to stay a little bit more patient here on the future side of things today. I'm only going to be playing one contract across the board. My stop loss is over 228 now. So when I was into drawdown before, I was down about 45-ish on that pop. So if I do lose, probably be somewhere around 60-65 bucks. I'm looking to keep my losses around $75 on one contract, preferably half of that, but that's like my max pain. So I'm just gonna slowly
On a micro or mini?
on a micro. So I'm slowly gonna grind this account out.
So wait, you're in the trade right now
I'm
on
still
the
in the short.
NQ?
Still in the short.
Oh, you moved it. Okay, I didn't know you moved it.
I've got this 229 area here on the 5 as well as the 2. This is my last area, as if I get over this 228, 229, I've got to get out. My initial stop loss could have been over the 20 close, which would have saved me maybe 10 points. But again, one contract, so we're gonna let that play out. NVIDIA kind of working its way back up to the high side, guys. Kind of stuck in between the middle of the range, but a little bit more closer to the top than the bottom. AMD down at 5-minute support, trying to hold. Tesla looks like it has a little bit of a rejection spot here off the 5 SMA, back down to the original breakdown spot. 221.40s was a breakdown spot, put in a new low at 220.10, bounced into the 5 here. So again, watching this Tesla still here, trying to manage this futures trade at the same time. Anyone looking to take a short on Tesla today, first hour lows, 219.95. 219.95 on Tesla, guys. 219.95. To the high side, it would need to get over to have 227. If it holds the 219, 220 area, then this could be your your bounce spot from here. But again, 219.95 is a little bit more interesting to me than taking a bounce on Tesla. That has room down to 217, so I'm going to keep an eye on that. 219.95. NASDAQ playing with me again, coming right back down to the original spot we put in that low to. I'm looking at 15,197. ES, guys, has room underneath 43.78. Underneath 43.78. It's got to break that, close below that on the ES. My charts are fucking lagging like a son of a bitch. This 2-minute short setup on the NQ is a 25-point risk. If you're analyzing it that way, hard stop loss is definitely over the previous 2-minute candle. Entry would be below 15,195. Again, it's done it twice already where it wicks in, puts in a new low, and then immediately bounces back up into this resistance. So be careful. I'm looking for the good flush here. Also, ES, guys, looking to break down this 43.78. That's where you're gonna start to get the washout. Right now, it's sitting on this 200 EMA. One thing I don't like about the NQ is it's got on the 5-minute chart, on my big chart, it's got a ton of support down in this area. 15,193 is a 200 on the 5-minute chart. It's got to lose that. If anyone's watching the screen, on the big chart it is the 5-minute time frame. The small chart is the 2-minute time frame. 2-minute time frame just has the 20 SMA, the 200, and my linear regressions. The white line that you see is that short setup below 15,195. But on the 5-minute big chart, we've got like a ton of support stacked up here. 150 simple, we've got the 200, we've got this rising Bollinger Band. We've got all this price action from overnight session kind of just sitting here. It would have to lose the 200, close below that to have any type of real follow through. Remember, this is going to be a little bit of a trickier week, right? Just due to the fact that last week we reclaimed everything that we did from the week prior. We were down 5.5% the week prior. We reclaimed 5.5, 6, almost 6.5% last week on the NAS. So the NAS on the daily chart has room to continue to push higher. So any pullback, if the bulls are there, you're going to get a fourth quarter rally. You're going to get some of that type of action stemming here the last couple of months of the year. They definitely have room to push. So I've got this big chart pulled up here. We've been putting in these lower highs. Technically speaking, this would be a spot for a little bit of a pullback. Last week on Friday was our first close over the daily 50-day moving average. I can see a pullback 15,060. I can see a pullback into 14,900, maybe 200 to 300 points worth of a pullback this week. But again, doesn't have to, right? The bulls can just continue to rip this thing higher and continue to try to break out of this downtrend that we've been in. This true downtrend does not get broken until we get back over 15,462. So we're about 250 points away from that. It would have to close over that, back test, hold, and then push higher. And then from there, it's open sky, 16,000 and 16,800. So again, give the bulls the benefit of the doubt. Give the bulls the benefit of the doubt. It is going to be a little bit of a tougher week here, so definitely have an actionable plan that you're looking to take. Okay, so are you looking to scalp? Are you looking to hold trades maybe a little bit longer in the day session to try to pick up some type of move, right? If you're trying to pick up that bigger trending move, you're going to have to give yourself a little bit more wiggle room on your stop losses, just due to the fact that where we're at in the charts. And again, playing the NQ, hell of a range, right? It's not like you're playing something that's got a 5-point range. Tesla back down below 220, guys, if anyone is still on that. This Tesla starts to lose this little bit of support here at the 200 simple. We could see it wash out to 218.50s, and anything below that's got a lot of room down into 211s.
NQ's pushing.
NQ's pushing, a little bit. It's just still playing with us down there. 219.50s on Tesla, guys. 219.50s on Tesla. You have the NQ breaking that day's low, kind of confirming that 2-minute setup here. But again, it's been toying with us. Okay, so 5-minute chart still has support on a 5-minute chart. So just
at the Bollinger for me on the 5-minute.
Yeah, so just be cautious here.
And the 2-minute.
What would see how it bounces right off that son of a bitch. So the Bollinger Band that we just bounced off of here, we put in a new low through that Bollinger Band. We've taken out the overnight session lows, right? If NASDAQ is going to hold, this is your bounce spot. This should be your bounce spot, okay? If we're going to confirm these lows below the 15,190, you're looking for a washout into 15,180s, 15,183 to be specific. Anything below that, it's nothing but a big flush. So if the bulls are going to be strong today, this is going to be your hold spot.
Yo, D, quick question for you, because I'm
late
today due to Xfinity being terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So the Tesla move's already gone, I feel like, at this point, right?
1995. I mean, it had
Yeah.
221 and then 219.95 was the second entry.
Yeah. Okay. So the 221, that was basically pre-market low,
Mm-hmm.
or where was that? Okay. And it cracked that basically on the 640 candle or
Mm-hmm.
645 candle. Basically, was the confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. In my head, I saw that, and I would thought 219.97 basically the close
Mm-hmm.
Friday would have been one exit, and the next exit would be like 218,
Yeah, exactly. So
which
yeah,
was the low from the day before.
yeah. So
Okay.
your initial position through 221, you sell up, clean up some sides at around 219, hold a little bit of a runner, see if we want to get down to 218, and then if we really start getting back up over 220, then maybe you can just quick trigger finger it and close it out. I'm still
Yeah.
in the Tesla short now. I haven't sold shit, whether it's good or bad, I don't know, but I want a bigger move out of this thing.
Is that a day trade you're in, or is that like your
Yeah.
long time hold
No. Yeah, this is a day
or your
trade.
swing hold?
I entered
Okay.
it today. Yeah.
No, I just literally spent the last 45 minutes freaking dealing with Xfinity and their worthless service.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I see it. Can't do anything with it. I'm late seeing it.
Yeah.
So
219.34 now. I'd like to see it touch 218. I don't know if we're gonna get there. I'd like to see it touch 218 though.
I have a 218.40 on the 5 minute. I
He's
think
doing
it's
his
the
thing.
low from last week.
NQ 15183, guys. That should be the next stop here. 15183, 15185. Got pretty close to that fucking thing.
On Tesla, your other one's your simple 200 on the 1 hour, right? Because that's like 219.30.
Yeah, 219.09 right now, right, on Tesla.
Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at this stupid NQ. So yeah, right here, what do we hit? 219.04. Yeah, I'm gonna sell half size here, guys, on the Tesla. Just because I'm good with the profits. I'm just happy with it. I want out. That's it. I want out. So I'm gonna leave 2 contracts to run here. I'm looking at support it back all the way at 219.95, and then anything over that has room all the way back to the original breakdown spot of 221.5. So that's what I'm looking at there. If we look at the hourly chart on Tesla, Tesla still has a lot of room down to 217 and a quarter, 217.30s.
Yeah.
Like if you were to ask me, does Tesla hit 217?
The exponential 200.
Yeah, 200. Yeah, man.
Okay.
So if you were to ask me, does Tesla touch 217 or 227 first? I would say 217, right? You know, what it does in between it touching one of those areas is different, but I would say that we definitely come down and test that.
I feel taking a short at this point on it, it's that 15th floor.
You would need a pullback into 222, 221, and then reject, and then start pushing down, and then you use that high as your stop. So you're basically going to play a rejection. Yeah. So if you want to take a new short on Tesla or start one, you would need it to bounce. Yeah.
Because it's basically gone to the low from the previous day zone. So any gap it had, it just closed up. It wasn't a huge move up this morning jump, but it just closed it anyways on the 1 day.
Guys, we got earnings on anything this week, or is anything moving?
There's something popping off in, I think, hold on, let me double check that. We've got Governor Cook speaks at 10 o'clock, so in 45 minutes.
I don't know.
And then Federal Reserve Senior Loan Survey.
Nah, none of that stuff's going to play a part in anything. They're pausing those rates. I mean, everything is pretty much good now.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is the U.S. trade deficit, and then Federal Vice Chair Supervisor Barr speaks, Governor Waller speaks, and consumer credit. Damn, look at that.
Oil's down a little bit.
Look at it.
I'm trying to see what's moving, you know, like what sectors are moving. Big said the fucking small caps are moving yesterday. Apple put in a nice 1 hour candle over pre-market highs. Jeez. Fucking dollar move. That was a pretty good move on Apple.
Do you think Tesla eventually comes back to close that gap on like 206 to 211? Or that just left floating on the dailies? And then there's another gap from early October, like mid-October, the 19th, 18th, where it dropped from 242 to 230.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that 207, 208 gets filled, yeah.
And by the way, I just got fully punted on TOS to their Schwab version, so the login's really different.
Oh,
it feels like all the settings are slightly changed.
They got you all.
Yeah, like, it's closer than it was before. But like on your chart, I don't, you just have it zoomed in, but at the top of the screen, right by messages, it says Schwab, and it's like a pastel blue, not that TOS green anymore.
Oh, yeah? Huh.
Yeah, and I had to deal with them to get like real-time reset up.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
I'm not sure if they have... to find it. I don't know. Like here it is. Does it still give me? Yeah, they still do limited bookmap for people that use that.
Guys, if Tesla loses 218.30s, I think that this thing's going to test 213. That'd take it from fucking green to red here. We need the market to help a little bit here, but definitely could see that happening. I don't know about today, but if it happens tomorrow, it happens tomorrow. But I'm definitely going to be looking at this 218.30s. Got the NASDAQ basically going sideways here back into the supply zone. 20 on the 2-minute chart is closing or trying to cross below this 200 here. So acting as a little bit of resistance. Again, now we're just kind of trickling around down here towards the bottom of the floor. That NQ 5-minute chart, right? If I pull up this 5-minute chart. See, the thing is that when I start off and looking at the daily, I see more of a pullback than a continuation higher. Not because I want to short everything, not because I'm a bear or nothing like that. It's just if it would set up a better long trade, like if we pull back. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th consecutive day higher. The faster you go in one direction without a pullback, or the faster you go down without a bounce, the bigger the move is, right? And that's what catches people off guards. I'd rather start to pull back in today or tomorrow, if they want to just play right, man. If they want to just play right, pull back and let's test the 50 SMA, the 50 EMA, allow this 5-day moving average on the daily chart to catch up, pull in, consolidate maybe one day, and then rip through these highs. And then that's going to be a humongous fucking trade.
Order submitted.
Taking a small play here on the NQ long. I'm not very confident about it, but I did get a setup here, and my risk is only going to be about 14, 15 points.
And so you're in it already?
Yeah, I just barely clicked the button now, yeah. So 15,204, I'm looking for a stop loss here. Again, we've got those 231s is that resistance that we keep fucking testing every time we get into these 228s, 229s, 30s. We keep fucking coming back down. So I may be like one more trade away on this account that I'm really trying to work something on this one account to like for documentation purposes, but I'm like one trade away from hitting like $75, $100 in profit playing one fucking micro contract and just stopping on the day. You know, that's what I'd like to do, and I want to see how many days it takes to actually pass one of these prop firm accounts. I don't know if I'm going to get it on this play. Every time we get into this area on the 228s, 230s, we get fucking rejected. I'm not going to give this one any room if it closes below my reason why candle. I should have just took the bullshit $15 on
that. Jeez.
God damn it. It shot up a quick 10 points and immediately reversed. Yeah,
there's a lot of money being transferred back and forth.
It is not like this area. Even on the 5-minute chart, we've got that supply at the 231s. I'm getting getting out of that trade there. So far, for anyone watching the NQ, we haven't even picked a side yet. Market doesn't know if it wants to go fucking higher, doesn't know if it wants to go sideways, or down. It's doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, we're just flagging. We're flagging a little lower than, but I mean, we're still pretty much at that exact open, like pre-market stuff. Actually, yeah, we're exactly in the middle of the pre-market stuff.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And that's how it's been. It's been that way for like maybe a week now, going on a week and a half. We stay sitting in that range for the hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then it busts out one way or the other. It's like sitting there, sitting there, and then finally chooses a side, which last week it was choosing to go higher. The week before that, it was choosing to do this and go lower. So where are we at this week, right? Your guess, anyone's guess is as good as mine right now at this fucking point.
I'd love to see it close below 163. That'd be a nice day. And the candles are all shifting enough that it's kind of hard to find like a even if you wanted to play the range.
Yeah, and technically your range would be all the way here at the top.
Points. Yeah.
You know?
I'll say even if like you're trying to do like the like trying to play the chop, it's still some so the breakouts are very aggressive.
Swing high to low, guys, is from 184 to 257. So we're looking at about a 75-point range that we're playing in here. You know, if one person is smart, which most of us are not, we wait for one of those sides to get taken out and confirmed. Us, because we're stupid, we're going to keep playing back and forth in this range. So if you are lucky enough to catch a little something in between this range, again, don't put your foot too much on the gas. Just understand where you're at, because you're not going to get any type of follow through until one of these sides starts to crack, right? I mean, it would make sense. So just understand that. We literally have the last hour candle inverse hammer, this hour candle pushing up into a hammer candle. So what does that tell you, right? One guy looking this way, the other guy looking that way. Potential 5-minute setup, potential 2-minute setup on the NQ. Again, remember, we've gotten rejected off that 230s area twice already, 3 times almost. Patience is going to pay today.
Order submitted.
Amazon still holding good to the high side here. Apple as well flagging. Guys, we got Meta continuing to make new highs. Thing wasn't doing shit, and all of a sudden it's taken off. Meta took out previous hours highs, 317, 317.25s. It's in the middle of that move right now. It's 317.70s. Daily chart does have room into 318.80s and 322 if it wants to pick up.
And I wish this thing would do what I wanted to do. I'm trying to get rich quick. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oops, didn't mean to get that. To do that. You know, I'm looking at the NQ on the 1 minute chart. That seems a little more manageable as far as the 20 SMA plays.
Today.
Yeah, I mean, just at a quick, I literally just popped it up and added the 20 SMA. That's the only thing I see on it. But just looking at it, the plays seem to be a little bit more.
What does it give it? What's the average points it's giving?
I don't know. I don't know how to look that up.
No, like if you just look at a setup, like how many points is it running on average?
If I was to do it, so I would say like 206 to what is that, 217. So I would say about 10 points, maybe. That one didn't work there.
Find a couple more.
Yeah. Well, the other one is. Here we go. So if we were to do no, that one technically didn't work either. Let's see here. So maybe I'm wrong. That one broke, but to there. So that would have been 214 to 227.
It's not bad. Maybe you can do like a take profit at like, I don't know, 5 to 7 points, but you have to play a little bit bigger size on that.
ATR on a 1 minute saying like 9.3.
So 9. So maybe if you say you're going to give up 10 points, right? Give up 10 points, but maybe to try to like combat losing the 10 points, you set up take profit at like a 0.5, right? So just try to take like 5 points off that. Do that shit that Andre was doing last week, Putz, you know? Where you get your setup and then you kind of just try to get those, 5, 6 points, 7 points, but on heavier size. And if anything goes against you, you're gonna lose 10. So, yeah, I mean, I got the 2 minute chart up as well. I mean, I could say that we're like the same thing. Like that long I was in, fucking at 720, that thing shot up 10 points, but it's just so fucking quick. Like if you don't have a take profit up there, it just came right back down. And this next long position setup went, I don't know, 6, 7 points as well. See, that's not good enough. Like when I'm trying to find shit like that, that's not good enough for me. Like because I'm gonna get clipped, right? So like I might piece together, oh, I took 5 points here, 7 points there. If I'm not playing heavy size to where I can stop, right? Like 2 mini contracts, 7 points, I might be good, 8 points or something like that. Might be good enough to like say, okay, today's not the best type of trading day. Let me just get out of here, but at least I made a few $100. If I'm playing small size like this, that's not gonna fucking cut it. Like I'm up $9 in this fucking $10 on this fucking trade here. That's not good enough. Like I need this thing to go. Like ideally for me, like 20, 25, 30 points on the NQ is what I want. But playing size enough to be able to withstand when I am down 20 points, you get it? So I can't do that playing minis. How are you doing today, Putz? You take anything?
Yeah, I had small break of low earlier on NQ and got stopped. About 195-ish. Went down a little bit.
Is anybody in on this long play with me on the NQ? Yeah, it's not doing much, but
I don't want to short it at 228 and see what happens. Oh, just broke. Haha. Good thing I did it.
is anyone in on this long play with me? We had the 5-minute setup at 7:25 my time, confirmed at 7:30. That entry price should have been somewhere close to around the 216 mark. So with that, you're up at least 15 points on this. At least 15 points. Right? I got one micro contract up $41 off the 2-minute setup that came at 7:20 my time. So I've been in this trade for 18 minutes. It's up $46.
Order submitted.
And I'm just going to cut it, even though this could be the start of it pushing back up towards highs. $72. I believe I'm at 4 trades. I'm going to have to take a look in a minute. I think I'm at 4 trades. One of them stopped me out for sure. One of them, I took profits a little early. Should have fucking held this one. Damn it. And I might just stop, to be honest. I might just stop here. Putsy, I seen you when you read that thing I posted up in the Discord about those numbers.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna try to do one of these accounts that way, and I'm gonna see. I was trying to really break it down yesterday, so I was looking at it. You know, if I risk 3% a trade, which means I don't really want to lose no more than $75 a trade, and I'm kind of shooting for. I'm not really looking for $75 a trade, but I'm more so looking for $75 a day, right?
Right.
So, but I am willing though to risk $75 on a particular trade, because sometimes these NQ contracts give me 30, 40 point fucking ranges. So I will be willing to risk $75 a trade. This one would have been it. Damn it. With that being said, I might be willing to risk 2 of those trades on the day. 150 max loss on the day. Because that would tell me I either need maybe 3 or 4 trades to break me even, or I need 2 $75 days to take me back to break even. But if I stop around this area, unless I have something super enticing to me, maybe later on in the day, and it should be around 40 less than 40 days to pass. I am starting with a little bit of a head start though. This account is up, I don't know, $400 already. We'll see. I'd like to get it to around $150 to be honest, but I'm just going to try to take it trade by trade and see what I get. You know, if the setup is there, I'm not opposed to taking it. The last one was a nice one though. 216-ish to 245. That's 30 points.
Yeah, I was kind of worried about running my head into that 228 again, but I'm with you.
Yeah, because that the last time it ran into 228, it stopped me out, and then I got back in. But so what I'm really trying to do is I'm really trying to maybe avoid the first 15 minutes of the day. I don't really like those candles, so to say. Not if I'm gonna play like this. Maybe if I was playing bigger size, where I can take that one where I get a quick 10-15 points playing big size, where I can be like, hey, I'm fucking done today, right? But like when I'm playing like this, I'd rather not take a $50 loss here, $80 loss there, just to crawl my way back into the day. So I think on this one particular account, I'm going to try to, maybe wait off the first 10 minutes at least, kind of sit back on those setups, and then really start to just take every setup after that, to be honest. Like every setup that I get after that, whether it be on a 5-minute chart or the 2-minute chart, but just kind of letting them run to where either I'd like to make anywhere between $40 to $50 a trade. So what would that be? 20 points, 25 points? I'd like to pick up 20 to 30 points a trade. And I'd like to max that loss at around $75, which is giving me 35, 40 points almost. And I'd like to just continue to take those setups until I can either stop on the day, which I'm debating right now, stopping on the day, or taking one more trade and regardless win or lose, call that a day. And then just move on to the next day and let the days continue to pass. I'm telling you, if I pass this fucking evaluation doing this thing, I don't want to hear anyone out there say that it's not possible. It's just going to take some time, but if you kind of set yourself up that way, right? If you set yourself up that way, by the time you do get into your funded accounts, because I know there's some people out there that are on YouTube, maybe even watching, that haven't even passed the funded account yet. They haven't got to that stage yet. But if you set yourself up that way, by the time you do get there, you're so comfortable with stopping on a $50 day or a $70 day or a $120 day. You're so comfortable already with that risk, right? You're comfortable with, I'm willing to give up 75 a trade. I'm willing to stop at $100 on a day or $75 or $100. You're willing to do that already. So by the time you get to that point, you could just get another account running and then just work to, make that $2,000, $3,000 a month per account, right? So how I would do it if, let's say, for example, you're funded on 2 or 3 accounts, at this stage of the game, on this one particular account, it would be done. Like I wouldn't trade this one anymore. I would work the next setup on the new account, like on another next account, and just run it the same way. It gets up $50, $75, $100. That count's done. I move to the next one. And then I just keep rotating those accounts that way and letting the days pass. And at the end of 30 days, see where the fuck you're at, We'll see how it works out. What it requires to do that is discipline and fucking patience. And all of us, and myself included, as traders, we don't really have that, right? We want to get in and make $300-$400 on this quick little scalp, but it's not the best idea most of the time to do that way. It's not sustainable.
This is Chop City with all these EMAs going sideways.
Yeah. Snake Trader on YouTube. I was in this position. I was in around 215, 216. So you actually had a nice, you cut it out. Yeah. So your first trade that you were in was actually a nice trade at the 200. So it looks like you were in at 215. You were right where I was at. So there was actually 2 plays here. I was looking at the 2-minute chart. There was a play here at around 216, and then there was a second one at around 215 and a half. I was in on both of those. The first one I got stopped out on. The second one I got back in on, and then I took it all the way up here to the top, in the 30s. I think it was 36, 37. It's like 15, 20 points or something. I don't know. Trade was like
$42 on a single micro.
There you go. That's it. So it's like if you can make $30, $40 a micro, that's on one trade. Try to do that like 3-4 trades in a day. I mean, you can piece together a decent day, and I don't know. That's the way I look at it. So I'm getting it set up here on the NQ5 as well as 2 that needs to confirm, but I just don't like on the 5 minute chart on the big chart. I've just got too much support. 205 support, 199 support, 194 support. It's just got too much shit right here. Take a little walk around the park and see what's going on the options side of things. Nice push off the 200 2-minute chart on NQ. Amazon still hanging out at the top 140 30s. Depending on where this hour candle on AMD closes at, I like this play long over this hour's highs. I like it. Got pre-market high sitting at 113.40. If the market pushes here off the bottom, because the futures are essentially flat, up, down 40 points here. You know, we're only up 45 handles on the NQ. That's not shit, right? So we could definitely push up another 50, 60, 70 points, which is definitely going to help the overall markets. And if it does, I do like this AMD over the 5 and 10 day moving average on the 1 hour time frame into pre-market highs at 113.40, and then see if we can get a little bit of a push above that.
And the NQ 1 hour might be closing over the high that was on 11.3. So we're there right now. So we can hold it for 6 minutes. It has to close over 228.50. It's pretty much where the Bollinger Band is too.
Yeah, I see that. Start to get those Bollinger Bands to open up a little bit and give us a little breathing room would help. Ugh. Still playing in the 75-point range. Right smack dab in the middle of it, too. what's going to happen is I'm going to leave and this thing's going to pick a side and go for 100 points is what's going to happen.
I think I'm gonna try to short it real quick. I don't see it closing when we needed it to.
Support on 2 minute on NQ is 211. 5 minute chart is 194. High side break is still over 236s. Has to break 236, close over that if the bulls are going to have any type of continuation. If not, those two supports are, as of right now, are still holding as suit. Other than that, guys, the market has not done anything today. Put in a high, put in a low, and has come right back down to the middle and traded sideways. So market's been open an hour and a half. Essentially, we're in the same spot. All right, so if you haven't really found any plays or you haven't really seen anything move, it's nothing to really say. I mean, the market hasn't done anything.
I got 20 ticks on the gold break of the morning or first hour low.
There you go.
Now I'm out, but it's bouncing right back up.
That's what we've been doing. We've been kind of taking out those lows or taking out those highs, and then it puts in like a quick wick and then comes right back, consolidates a little bit. So if you can keep catching those type of plays on a day-to-day, They definitely add up. Just don't just treat them as such, you know. What are we thinking, Putts? Market break, high of day or low of day first?
Ooh boy. I'm still going to give the Bulls the benefit of the doubt. For
Yeah.
no other reason.
Yeah, so am I.
Because they've been roaring.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't bet my life on it.
Yeah, right. Gun to my head. I mean, who knows? This thing's going either way. Two-minute, 5-minute NQ still over the 20 and 200 SMA. Middle top half of the day's range. Bulls still have the benefit of the doubt. Let's see how she plays out. Again, one candle take us right back down to the bottom. We've seen it 2-3 times already before today, so let's kind of see how this plays out here. We can make a break into the mid to high 30s here on the NAS, put in that high, then maybe pull back, hold that downtrend line that I kind of drew there from those two top wicks. Maybe we get some continuation. Maybe. This same area between 28 and 33, 34 has definitely shot us all the way back down 2 times prior. So, third time a charm? We'll see, right? We'll see.
Like Apple's breaking its high.
Is it? That thing was strong out of the gates today.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That'll help. That'll help the NQ. What about some of the other big dogs? Meta was also pushing higher. It's kind of just doing nothing, but it's at the top side. Amazon 140.19 kind of pulled back a little bit off its highs. Microsoft is the other big dog. Microsoft is up high today, boy. Up $4.50 on that thing. So Microsoft, Apple definitely holding this NQ up here, giving it a little bit of steam. NVIDIA, high side of his range, but still really not doing too much. And that AMD's not doing nothing yet. So we're getting a little bit of that test here to that downwards trend line that I drew. See if we get that fucking breakthrough. Just give us the fucking breakthrough.
Order submitted.
One who wants to play the range should be shorting at that downwards trend until you get stopped out.
I'm gonna short at 245.
245, yeah, previous wick. I'm over here nickel and diming this fucking account today, putts. 84.50. Son of a bitch. 84.50. Gallon of gas and a cup of coffee.
According to your plan, I need to shut down my NQES account for the day. I'm down 73.
Are you down 73 on it?
Couple break of and turn around on me. You know, in the back of my head, it's probably wrong thinking, but those break ofs or levels seems like a lot of people, or not a lot, but there's people in the trading world that do the bigs. So you always got people going against you at those levels. They want bounces off this level or that level.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking the 20 plays are more with people that are going with the flow and aren't actually looking for a bounce off of something at that point.
Yeah. So those levels technically, right? How to really play them would be like this. If we look at the first hour lows and the first hour highs, right, on the NQ, we put in those first hour lows, put in the first hour highs. Instead of taking the initial break on them, that's a first entry, what I call it. That's how I was taught. That's a first entry. That's an aggressive entry. You better have, what was told to me is you better have heavy size and you better know what you're doing if it goes against you. So either you're taking profits on that first breakdown and getting out, or you wait for the second entry. So technically at 7:10 my time, we broke the low of day. We put in a new low. That 15,184 is your entry. We lose that at any point in time today, you short that. So instead of shorting that first low, you let it break so it's called a pivot. That first pivot needs to get broken. You need to have a new low be put in, and then you need to confirm that low. Same thing with the high side, 15,257. Technically, that needs to get broken. We need to put in a new high, and then we need to confirm that. Everything else in between is just a range. So yes, you are having people who are going along when you're trying to short that first entry, and you have people going short. Like for example, right here on this break of this little downtrend level, you have people shorting there. So this is a third consecutive lower high that was put in here. Do we put in a new low? When we do break from one of these levels, the second time is going to be that move. That's why, sometimes it feels like I'll watch this price action and it does nothing, right? You might take a few scratch trades or a couple losing trades or maybe one winner here. And then it's like later on in the day when one of those levels finally got broken, that was the move. And we got kind of just stay on that trend. So yeah, so for right now, those levels, the way I would play them is instead of taking that first break when we break those levels, wait for it to break, put in a high or a low, depending on what side you're looking for. Let it do this crap, and then come back around to it.
Yeah, I was actually doing that over the weekend. I was back testing, taking credit spreads and doing just that. Let it break the first half hour or first hour, and then you have to confirm the candle that broke,
Yes.
and then taking, a credit spread opposite, for, 75, 90 cents, sell it for that and get out, 45-cent profit,
Yes.
So yeah, I was kind of doing that over the weekend. And that worked out pretty well for going back a couple of weeks.
That's the safer play. That's the way that it should be done. But what screws people up is when it breaks that first time and it just goes, right? And you missed it. That doesn't sit well with them emotionally, because you do get those plays. Like I get them all the time on Tesla or Nvidia. Sometimes I won't take the first move, right? I won't take that first move, and then I'm looking at it, it's like up $3, $4, and I'm like, shit. Like I should have just taken the first move, right? So you got to be okay with not taking the first move, and why that screws people up is because then they're trying to force that trade. And they're like, well, I knew I should have got in, and I missed it, and it's up $3, and then they're chasing it all around town. So. But yeah, I mean, if you can really discipline yourself to be like, okay, I see my levels. We need to break that. We need to put in a new high, new low, and then we need to confirm that. And whether it happens or not is all going to be determining on whether you're going to take the trade or not. If it never comes back around to it, like so far right now, we have never come back around to even a long or a short entry at all. It's just been in the complete range. So the only way you could have played it is start buying up the bottom of the range, start shorting the top of the range. That's it. That's range bound trading. So again, there's strategies for that. I don't really play range bound trading. I'm more of a trend trader. Regardless if the trend is on a 2-minute chart, 5-minute chart, 1-hour chart, doesn't really matter. I'm a trend trader. So my strategies particularly don't work well when we're ranging like this, because I need it to trend. So that's why today I've been really playing. I've only taken entries on the 2-minute time frame on the NQ, because I can see that we're in this little bit of a range, and on the 2-minute chart I'm able to snag a little bit more. So like the last long, I mean, I didn't take much. It was like $18, but 750 my time gave me a setup on the 2-minute chart. I got in. 4 minutes later it pulls back. I sat in it for 8 minutes in drawdown, and then finally we came back up. And when we came back up and we tested this stupid downtrend line that I put on there, is where I sold. So I'm trying to like scalp this trend in the middle of the range. Is it going to be super successful if I take another 5 trades? Probably not. I should probably just wait for one of these sides to get broken and then go at it. But what I'm thinking is I might take this break of this trend line here if it happens. But again, it's, who knows, right? What it's going to do. Which is what I was telling Aaron too when he was trading options. Because what he was doing was he was taking those pre-market high breaks or pre-market low breaks. He was taking those and it would go up in his favor really quickly. And within the same 5-minute candle, it's all the way back down, right? And so what I told him is you got to wait for it to break. It's got to put in that new high. And then after the first 30 minutes on a new hour candle, let's get that confirmation. And now we're good to go. Which is a second entry. So you need that second entry. So just let it break your level. So like even on this downtrend line that I have here, instead of taking the first break, let it break, put in a new high, let it go sideways or come back down a little bit. And then when it takes out the new high, then you should be getting along. I don't know which one I'm going to play, though. If I want to play the break and see if this thing wants to run up 10, 15, 20 points in one candle, or I want to wait for it to come back.
Yeah. Well, then you get the people, I don't know who that was, that said they were going to sell at 245.
Yeah, I think Sammy wanted to sell at 245. Andre's up again. I can't see what he's... Andre's up $1,400 today on the feuds, but
holy cow, that dude, he's a monster.
This fucking guy. I'm not even gonna look at the 9 EMA right now.
Holy crap!
Let's pull up the 9. Let's pull it up. We got nothing but time here. So on a 5 minute time frame, yeah, I mean, I can see it every time we crack below the 9. You reclaim the 9. I mean, look at the candle; it's going up 218 all the way to 233. It loses here, 221 up to 227. This one here loses it at 220, reclaims it at 227, runs up to 239. Yeah, it's giving you a solid 5 points, putts. When it breaks below the 9 and then reclaims the 9, you got to be in right on that reclaim or right on that bounce off that 9. And you're looking for 4, 5, 6, 7 points. And again, he's got to be playing, he was playing one mini, he said, supposedly. Okay. He took 5 trades. I don't know, putts. 5 trades, and he's probably playing 2 minis. 5 trades. I think it's 1,400. I can't see shit. Yeah, 1,400. So that PA account should be done. If I was him, I wouldn't trade it anymore.
Oh yeah, that's his PA, not his eval.
Yeah, so he should be done.
Oh, he's got 2 PAs now, right? He passed
Yeah.
the second eval.
Yeah, that second one, I don't know if he's gonna trade the second one because he requested his payout last week that he said supposed to hit on the 10th or some shit like that.
Oh, he's leaving it.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna leave that until he gets his payout and then go back to trading that one. I think this is the second one here. So even with this one, he'll have a nice rotation because by the time his first PA pays, this one should be getting ready to request that payout. Then he can go back to his other one. As long as he keeps it like that, he should get at least 1,500 every 2 weeks. 1,500. That's $3,000 a month on 2 accounts.
Yeah, nice.
But you gotta stop it though. You gotta be playing slow. Like, so watch. This guy keeps fucking doing this shit. He's gonna blow himself out. Like if what I would do right now, he knows that money's coming from the first PA account. The money's already in the bank. It's fucking getting transferred. There's nothing to it. I'd go buy another one. We got what? You got a couple days left here on the 90% off sale. Go buy fucking 5 more. Like just and at least sit on them. Start working on those so that way by the time your second PA account is ready for payout, you might be damn well on your way to having a third one going. I mean, the way that this guy's fucking scalping. And when he was on the Top Step didn't like him over there because his average trade time was like 20 fucking seconds. They didn't like him over there. They don't like that. They want you the whole time, I think, over 30 seconds or 40 seconds or some shit like that. I mean, he's getting in and out like 10 seconds putts. I mean, this guy's in and out quick. So here's one of those 9 reclaims that he does. 228 here. 238 is potential.
Order submitted.
Biggs is doing good with his lemonade short over there. Support on the 2 minute at the 200. That support sitting at 212. We got support on the 5 minute on the 20 at 218. And we got that resistance at around 240s. Range is definitely getting tighter. Tight, 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 tight. Come on, come on. Putz, you watching my screen on YouTube? Trying to get a little bit of a 2 minute setup here on the 2 minute. What the hell? John, I have no idea what you're saying, buddy. On YouTube. All those equations, I don't know what that is. Guys, at AMD, I'm definitely watching over last week's highs. If anyone trades options, watch AMD over last week's highs this week. Just set a fucking alert. 113.50s. 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 Nothing but a waiting game right now. Oh my god.
You get Andre to tell us how to do that scalping thing he's been doing.
We already went over it last week, dude. I tried it, and it made it quick, like $300 real fast. All he's doing is using the 9. So every time when you're trending, let's say you're trending over the 9 EMA. When you're over the 9 EMA and it comes back down to the 9 EMA, is if it wicks below it and then reclaims the 9, like, so let's say you bounce below the 9, but you're still holding it, you never took out the previous 5-minute candle, and it bounces off the 9 EMA, he's just going long 1 or 2 minis, and then as soon as it goes up 5-6 points, he just sells it.
Got it.
Yeah. That's old.
Nine.
That's
Okay.
old school shit, man.
Huh.
I taught that guy that when I first started teaching him how to trade, when we were like in a trending market, like back in, I don't know, COVID times. And I was like, dude, just use a 9 every time, we close over the 9, look for it to come down, test the 9. When it breaks it or bounces off of it, as long as you don't take out as long as you don't close below the previous 5-minute or whatever time frame you're using, you take it on there. But they're scalp plays only. So like, I mean, you can try it with 1 mini. Put the 9 on your screen. When you come down into the 9 and you wick below it, as long as you're still trading over it, or trending over it, we don't have a candle that's closed below the 9. And the same thing for shorting. If you're trending under the 9 and it comes back up and tests the 9, as long as it doesn't close over it, as soon as it wicks there and comes back down, you get out. Honestly, you're looking for 4 to 6 points fast. That's it. Get in, get out.
So 4 to 6 points, so that's 6 times. That's 24 ticks.
Yeah. I would try it on 4 ticks. 4 points.
Okay, so 16 ticks.
Yeah, just try that. And so the question that was asked was, well, what's your fucking stop loss, right? He's like, well, if I'm trading one contract and I lose like 120, 140, I'll be out. So he's not really giving it like I need to close here, I need to close there. It's just like, if it starts going against me and I'm losing $100, 120, $130, I gotta get out. $150, I gotta get out.
All right.
Or if it loses the previous candle.
Yeah. So right now it's been below it, so I gotta wait for it to go above it to set up a new 9 play, right?
Yeah, so for example, like you see the last 5-minute candle, how you see how that wicked over the 9, and then let's imagine it wicked over the 9 and then it came back down and lost the 9 again at, like, let's say 224, 223. It went all the way down to 218. So there's your 4 or 5 points. And you just got to get out. But you got to know to get out. You're not really holding this thing like, it could just break through and go lower. You're just looking for the quick ones. Like, you're not really looking for much.
All right. So if right now it's on the short. So if it breaks past the 9, then I hop in as a long, right?
If you want to take it long now, it would have to close back over the 9 before you even start thinking about bouncing it off the 9 to go long. So right now you would be thinking short positions. Like, let's say it breaks over the 9, and then if it loses the 9 again, that's when he's going short. Like this, you see how it keeps like fluttering at the 9? So like if it comes up and it's like fluttering at the 9 and then it starts pushing back down. I mean, do you see what I'm saying?
All right. I just want to make sure I'm kind of thick-headed. So
on this particular one right here, I mean, you would imagine that you're going short. Call him out. Like, ask him. Just ask him. Hey, would you take the 9 short here? Like, because that's what he's doing. I mean, that's the interpretation he gave us last week. This keeps touching the 9 and keeps working its way down. So when it touches the 9, he like shorts it. Or if it breaks over the 9 and then re-loses the 9, he shorts it and he gets his 4 or 5 points and he just gets out.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta be quick on it. It works if you got that type of personality.
Yeah, that's super quick because shit, $120 is 6 ticks, not points.
Yeah. I don't know. But that's what he
Yeah,
said. That's what he said last week. No putts, one contract. I'll cut it like 100 or 120 or some shit like that. That's what he said.
no, correct myself. Yeah, that's about six points against you.
Yeah, 6 points. Yeah, I mean,
NQ, that's nothing.
yeah. I don't think you could really play it like right off the bell. Maybe like times like this, no, where it's a lot slower. You wouldn't see me
Or
doing-
maybe when it's trending and bouncing off that night.
Yeah,
Hey, it worked.
yeah. Did you get it? So how much was it?
I just made $80.
Yeah. See, so that's all he's doing. So he might take 80 this time. Sometimes it moves a little faster. He might take 120. So do the math. I mean, he took 5 trades today, so he probably, I don't know. He made 1,400. He's probably averaging like 150 a trade, 200 a trade, something like that. Some of them maybe went longer, but I'm just saying, like, for you, like, you want to try it out. I mean, that's the concept. That's the concept. So,
Huh. Oh, interesting.
but
Yeah, you
But-
just mark it in, mark it.
yeah, mark it in, mark it out. But here's the thing, though, Sam. He's not sitting there doing that all day. Like yet last week he had like, I don't know, $300 or something account. He did it on 2 accounts. He only took 2 trades. Today he took 5, but like that's a lot. So like he's only doing it like a couple times, and that's really it, man. Like it's not like he's just sitting there, oh, if I do this 50 times today, I'm gonna make 10,000. That's the only thing, like I was telling Putt, that he's really good at. Like that emotional state, he's pretty content with, like, oh shit, cool, I made like $300. I'm good. Like today's 1,400, that's a lot. Like for me, I can guarantee you he was probably fucking greedy as shit and was playing like 2 or 3 mini contracts. He wasn't playing his one. But
Yeah. But no, I'm down $32. I just want to at least break even and call it good for the day.
yeah. Hey Putt.
Yes.
Hey, can you take a look at that YouTube chat? You tell me what's going on over there?
No idea. I know that first symbol, I think, is the symbol for the pound currency,
Huh.
that L looking thing. But after that, I got no idea what's going on.
Yeah, you see what's going on? I have no idea what's going on over there. I have no idea what's going on over there. It's kind of confusing me right now. Should be short on this play. Is anyone short on this play? There it is again. Is anyone short on this play? No?
On the NQ?
Yeah.
No.
On the 5-man, I hadn't
I'm
closed
not
below
waiting.
the 20 yet.
I kind of stopped looking at the 2-minute. I'm in a short at 208.50. For a 5-minute 20 SMA play.
Yeah, that's what I have also. Kind of the same thing going on with ES.
Is it?
Order submitted.
The reason why is 6 points to the top.
Order submitted.
I'm sorry, 16. So I could have done 2 contracts.
Mm-hmm. At 16, yeah.
I just did 1. Playing around with it.
Short.
Yeah, I did the same thing as 0850. Where's my math hat? 16 down from that. That'd be 93.50. No. $250.
Order submitted.
You gonna do a little golf tomorrow morning?
Are you?
Yeah, freak, it's gonna be almost 80 in November in Missouri. I'm taking it.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Me and Andre played a little golf on Sunday. Got out there and did all right. So we're coming back down to this 200 SMA on a 5-minute chart, basically all the way back down to the bottom of the range here. Huh.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Yeah, coming into a little bit of support here on this 200. I was short on this 20 play here from 209. It was about 5 points, but I played one mini contract on that. Just because I feel like the price action is moving so slow that it's not really going to fucking get away from me right now. Got room into 196. Puts you short NQ or ES?
NQ.
Alright.
My one-to-one risk would be 92.50.
Just careful here at this 200 though. It is working its way down, but you do got support on the 5. I don't want to see this thing snap back on you too much here. $95. Be careful here.
I just sold. I was up 250.
Yeah, right here at that 200 support. There's your 94s.
Nice.
See if we can get put to a couple more here.
Make it to a minute and stay in this range. You might get a nice push at the 1 minute mark.
I just don't want it to snap back off this 200 here.
I got the stop plus 1 point, so I'm not going to lose.
Oh, maybe. Let's see what happens. Nah. Nope.
You
Yes,
bitch!
sir.
Coming back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, this 200 held last time. That's when we went on the big little bounce. You can see it last time. I have no idea what this guy here in this YouTube chat is. I don't know what he's talking about here. He's putting like hieroglyphics and keeps saying something about quartz. I don't know what the hell's going on here. It's just confusing the shit out of me, to be honest. We're gonna put him on a little timeout here. Yeah, we're gonna put that guy in a little timeout. Yeah, snapping back here. Yeah, that's the thing. This 200 support here is, it just basically went from the middle top half of this range all the way back down. I could see it bounce all the way back up here to 218, just fucking dick you around again, you know. You really need the breakdown through the low of day to have that good, nice washout, or we need to break that freaking downtrend. See, so I'm
200 is right at the first hour low as well.
Yeah, see, so that breakdown is going to be a good one to take a short. how I would treat that last one, because I mean you're still in it or whatever, but it might stop you out right here. How I would treat that is like when we start to crack below that 200, I just tell myself, I'm just gonna take these profits, and then if we do lose the low of day, I'll take that confirmation short because that's gonna be the bigger trade, right? Just to kind of like keep that win percentage up, where you're kind of just still making those gains. I mean, you know, it was only up 8 points and 10 points, but still.
There you go. It took me out. I covered commissions.
Yeah. So you've got your clear line in the sand now, right? We're looking at like we should all be probably looking at that same level. That I don't even know what that is on the bigger chart here, but the low is like 184, right? Somewhere in there, that 184. I'm gonna pull up this big chart here. We're gonna see what we're really working with. See where we got a lot of the potential here. Yeah, see, so that 184 would be taking out the 200 as well as what is this? The 200 EMA is down here at the 190s. So if we do lose that at any point in time, you could say that's going to be your big short on the day. Like you can definitely capture that. To the upside, this is what I might be looking for on the upside here. If we bounce again, second time off this 200, and we close over the 20 SMA and confirm that and break this downtrend, that's going to be a long trade I'm going to want to be involved in for sure, 100%. Because that could be the one that goes, right? Like that could be the one that goes. Just like the short position could be the one that goes. I'm telling you, it's going to be, you know, we're going into this lunch hour now. It's going to be, you're going to see these algos get turned on where one of these levels is going to break, and then it's just going to kind of grind in that direction the rest of the day. It's kind of hard to say if it's going to be to the long side or short side just due to the fact that we haven't really broken any of the levels yet, but nice big reversal off that 200.
Yeah, that's what Grant was saying in YouTube.
Mm-hmm. First test 200, first test of those big areas like that. I don't care what time frame it is, they always tend to hold the first time. Like if you go to the daily chart, we got pretty damn close to that 200 on the daily chart, and that's where we really started this 5-day reversal dead cat bounce. 200 typically is the first time, always is a hold or resistance. But you know what happens once we start to lose and close below that? It can get definitely get dicey.
Order submitted.
Not looking good, but technically I could still be in on the reason why.
Yeah, we'll have to see what it does when it gets up there, because it basically just came all into all this short-term support supply here. Could still definitely fail that move, but we'll see.
Oh man, just chopping in that first half hour range all day here. Crap.
Order submitted.
This will be the last long play that I
Order
take
submitted.
right here to see if we break through this this downtrend. Kind of push in. If we pull back again, that's it. I'm done. I mean, I'll just take the loss there, take the profits on the day, and then chalk it up on the future side of things. Because this would be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th time coming back up into this little range here, you know?
What are you taking, the 2-minute play?
Yeah, you see that? We got 2 minutes before this New York lunch hour candle starts, you know? I don't know what, I mean, anyone's guess is where they want to take this market during lunch is open game here. Been watching this thing in the same spot for the past 2.5 hours.
What, you've got a 10-point reason why candle.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to get to about 29.50, 29 and a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
For 10 for 10.
Yeah. I'd like to see it break this downtrend puts and honestly push up into the 40s. Give me 25 points on this last move and call it a day here. Tired of messing around with these boys today.
All right, guys, I'm going to work. I'm up 200, so I'll call it a good day.
There
Thank you,
go.
guys.
All right, buddy.
Nice. Totally snoozed on gold.
Let's see what it's doing.
God darn it.
Yeah. That's a pretty good move there.
That would have been about a 8 or 9 tick reason why, and it's up a bunch. These are good to trade because the micros, it's $1 a tick.
Okay, yeah.
So if you get a 9 tick, reason why, it's $9.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, you can really give yourself a little room to play. And in the gold, they move slow, so it's not like you're going to get like whipsawed out of that thing.
And same thing with oil.
Yeah.
Don't really think in terms of points. I kind of think in ticks when we get to the 10-cent increments.
Yeah.
Order submitted.
I got out of that. Didn't want to play with me.
Screwed with you again.
Didn't want to play with me. Every time we come into that trend line, it just snaps back.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
I think I'm gonna leave to get this coffee, and I guarantee you this thing's gonna lose a low of day or this downtrend. Dude. I know it. It's just getting so tight because now the ranges I'm looking at them, the ranges they were from like I don't know. I was looking at like 20 points, 25 points. Now they're like tightening up a little bit. 15 points, 8 points, 10 points. Like the candles are getting smaller and smaller. It's just telling me that it's like the potential's getting smaller. I didn't want to miss it, but I'm up 216 on this baby account. I'm going to look at the stats. I did play one mini contract 2 times on scalps and took like $50 each. So technically about 100 of that was because I played minis. But again, I don't like playing that way where like I got to get in, I got to get out right away. I want to let the thing go. I want to let it go.
Right.
It's because what it is, it's too mentally stressful. It's like it's 9 o'clock and I'm already mentally shot. I'm like, you're constantly like, oh, I gotta better take it here because it's gonna bounce. It's been bouncing here, it's been rejecting here. I like it when we just can ride into that trend, where when it does pull back, you see where it's going to clearly pull back and then kind of bounce and continue the trend. With this, we basically go all the way up to the top and then we come right back down to the bottom and then it goes all the way back up to the middle and then goes right back up to the top. So it's like, it's not really giving you a clear sense of direction other than the fact is if someone was buying down to the 200 or they're selling every time we come into this downtrend, which is what I should have done. I should have been doing the bigs where we're selling right here every time we've touched it. I mean, that line that I put on there was probably about over an hour ago at least. That downtrend line, we've touched it 3 or 4 more times after that, or came pretty close to it and snapped right back down. You gotta think about it. 3 hours into the market, darn futures are only up 30. That's pretty much flat. Means I haven't done anything. When I woke up this morning, they were around 25, 35, so forth and so forth. This guy with the hieroglyphics is back. I keep putting him on a timeout. I don't know what that's all about. But anyways.
Yeah, I don't like when all the moving averages going sideways. I like the 20 cross to be coming, coming at it at an angle.
Yeah, we're getting that. Yeah. It's just everything's flat. Not a whole lot of anything. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. What we got going on over here? Yeah, see the hourly NQ's right down to this 20 almost. It's got a little bit of space to give up. But still, even on the hourly chart, we definitely got to lose 15,184. For anyone listening out there, 15,184. If we start to confirm that to the downside on the NQ, you want to be short on that thing. Pick up a little bit of steam there. Or at this point, we have to take out the previous hour's high. So 241, 240, something like that. That's the range.
Have it confirmed because you don't want to get bigsed.
Yeah, exactly. Like these hour candles, the first one, inverse hammer candle down, long wick. Second candle, just long wicks on both sides. Third candle, long wicks on both sides. Now we're starting to punch down a little bit, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to wick back up and just create another wick.
Yeah.
Is this an inside day from Friday? I haven't even looked yet. Yeah, it's just essentially just we're a little bit outside of Friday's close, but I could see it coming back. Huh. If I was a betting man, I'd bet definitely we're coming down before up.
Well, according to your poll, we should do the opposite of what retail traders think, right?
Yeah, everyone thinks we're gonna break high of day, so we should definitely be shorting right now. Not going with those guys. Nothing against those guys.
That's me too. That's a high day, so yeah, go against me.
Yeah. I originally thought we were gonna break that down, trying to just steamroll higher. I was probably looking at that maybe about 8 o'clock my time. So yeah, about an hour and 20 minutes ago, I thought we were gonna definitely break to the high side on that one chance, but we failed it every time. Lower high, lower high, lower high. So we've got to get the breakdown though of the low of day. That could create a washout. And if you really think about it, that is sitting at 184. We're currently at 206. That would be taking this market from green to red barely. So market can still go down 50, 60, 70, 100 points from there. You know? I almost think about just letting a contract go all day to the downside here.
Take a QQQ and
Yeah.
put and let it go.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. I think this is. So on the Qs, if we start losing this previous hour's low, 368.25, it's got room down to come down at least another buck. I think this is going lower, and it's going to come lower now, but it's going to be coming. Watch, it's going to be coming out of this hour candle. We may chop around a little bit here, but it definitely, as we get later in this hour candle, we're going to probably be coming out of this thing to the downside. Our chart sitting right at that 20.
And you got eagle eyes, dude. I don't know how you have your bar so small all the time. You pumped up on coffee yesterday, man? 5 videos? Holy moly.
I had them all recorded from Saturday morning, and then I just had them in the queue, and I was like, shit, I never uploaded any of them. I thought I scheduled them to like be released. Like I was going to release one like overnight, one in the morning. They were just all sitting there. I never scheduled them. They're all in draft mode. So I'm just like, well, fucking fire them off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I wanted to see how that was going to do if I staggered them out, but yeah, it is what it is.
Bouncing in that 200 area again.
Yep.
My SPX call credit spread that I would have done, I'm not actually in. It's gone from $1 down to 70.
It's not too bad.
No, 30%.
Wow. Right here at this 200 again. So if you're playing the range, you're going long here. Any test of this 200.
I'd say I might have a little more conviction this time.
Yeah, but I don't know how I feel about that. I think it's going down this time. I think this thing's gonna fucking break down.
Yeah. And the hourly's trying to get through to 20, but not yet.
Yeah, I seen that. I'm gonna see if this candle confirms this loss of or this low wick below the 200 on the 5 minute. If it does, I might try to take a little scalp, just something little. About 30 seconds here.
What's the low of that candle a few back? That is 194.
Yeah. I think that if we can confirm, we might blow through that. Blow through the 194s, maybe 190s, just shy of that 184, 185, and then kind of spike back up. But again, if you're playing the range, this is the bounce spot, right? I mean, it's every time we're down here, it's been reversing like a son of a bitch. I'd like to see this candle currently, like if it bounces up midway to the previous candle, somewhere in there, 200, 204, and then gets shot back down, I would like that move. Don't know if it's going to do it, but I would like to see that. I just think it's a matter of time. You got that 20 SMA kind of curling over now. It's just kind of sloping down. So like those lower highs are just becoming lower and lower and lower to finally it can't go any lower besides breaking the low of day, you know? Or to the top side and then it screams, but it doesn't feel that way.
Yeah, and at 50 exponentials curling.
Order submitted.
There's your confirmation.
Come on, baby, talk to me nicely here.
Order submitted.
That's it. $100 on that. 2 mini contracts, just nice and easy, putts. I'm out of here. I'm gonna get a coffee. Stay safe, putts. If you see something, make sure it looks good. Again, I do like the 15184 if we do break that. But again, like kind of how we talked about, let it wick below that or let it break that and then confirm that.
Right.
You know, unless this thing just starts going, but you know, if it starts going, I mean, maybe you could just jump in on a little bit of momentum, but preferably that's what you would want to see. Even with kind of looking at these 5 minute candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 25 minutes of straight down. If this candle or the next candle breaks that 184, I would definitely let it put in that low, then bounce maybe into the 200 and then lose that low. And then that, I think it's all systems go after that to the short side. If not, we're still looking at like that 28, 29 break into the 40s. That downtrend. I'm going to leave that on my screen. I'm just going to go grab a coffee. I'll be back though in a little bit.
I mean,
All right, buddy.
Goes that Biggs bounce.